There are many creatures of malice and evil within the Hindu lore, none more famous than the Rakshasa. They play an important role in Hindu religion, sagas, and folklore. Their origins are many and varied, but the most common one is that Brahma, the creator god, accidentally created them, and they were filled with great hunger and ravenous appetite, in which they attacked their own creator, trying to consume him. Then the deity screamed for help, Rakshasa, meaning save me. It is from this act that they get their name. And it is said that the preserver Vishnu, hearing the pleas of Brahma, banished the Rakshasas into the nine realms, the many worlds of Hindu mythology, especially to earth. The Rakshasas were most often depicted as shape-shifting, fierce-looking, enormous, monstrous-looking creatures with two fangs protruding from the top of the mouth and having sharp claw-like fingernails. But they have also been portrayed as unearthly and most extremely beautiful creatures, varying in their description. They were shown as being mean, growling beasts and as insatiable man-eaters that could smell the scent of human flesh. Some of more ferocious ones were shown with flaming red eyes and hair, drinking blood with their cupped hands or from human skulls. Generally, they could fly, vanish, and had the powers of magic, which enabled them to change size at will and assume the form of any creature. The female equivalent of a Rakshasa is a Rakshasi. Their nature is that of a solitary one, as seen in the many epics of Hindu lore. They are mostly solitary, but they have been seen forming kingdoms and have had themselves great kings, the most famous of them being Ravana from Ramayana. In the Ramayana, the Rakshasas are the main antagonists of the narrative. The protagonist Rama, who is an avatar of Vishnu, slays many Rakshasas throughout the epic, including Taktaka, Marsya, and Ravana. In the epic, Rakshasas are portrayed as mainly demonic beings who are aggressive and sexual. They can assume any form that they wish, which Ravana uses to good effect to trick and kidnap Sita, Rama's wife, which drives the rest of the narrative. The Rakshasas reside in the fortress of the South Gangetic Plain and the island fortress of Lanka, which is the kingdom of Ravana. They are also seen in Mahabharata. The Rakshasas were a popular race. They were both good and evil Rakshasas. As warriors, they fought alongside armies of both good and evil. They were powerful warriors as well, expert magicians and illusionists. As shape changers, they could assume different physical forms. As illusionists, they were capable of creating appearances which were real to those who believed in them or who failed to dispel them. Some of the Rakshasas were said to be man-eaters as well, mentioned before, and made their gleeful appearance when the slaughter on a battlefield was at its worst. Occasionally, they served as rank-and-file soldiers in the service of one or another warlord. They are shown in direct contrast to Yakshas, their cousins, who we will discuss in another video. And aside from their treatment of unranked rank-and-file Rakshasas, the epics tells the stories of certain of these beings who rose to prominence, sometimes as heroes, but more often as villains. The Rakshasas are greatly present in fiction as well, although they are not shown in their full prominence and capabilities outside of Indian literature. In the West, they are mostly just seen as creatures, monsters that can be killed with very ease, not as intelligent beings who are capable of great magic and knowledge, as they are portrayed in their native lands. Without any doubt, the Rakshasas play an important role within Indian culture, and we will hope to see that they are utilized more prominently in the future.